Alright, so hello everybody. I'm back, and you may have noticed that I did make a cut from the last part. In fact, it was a very, very long cut. Long enough that it actually gave me a chance to do a couple things. It was about an hour. So let me just explain what I did while I was gone. I got this thing right here. It's called a coke oven. I'll explain that in a minute. This thing called an electric furnace. I'll also explain that in a minute, along with an overclocker, which I will also explain. Two solar panels to power the bat box, obviously. I also moved my quarry over here instead, and it has finished, and I've also got this out of it. And these have also provided this refinery with that oil over here to get some more fuel, which I have about 7 rounds of it in there now, so I shouldn't have to worry about fuel for a while. So, now I'm going to actually go over what I did while I was gone and how all of this stuff works. If you know how it works already, I'm just going to explain it anyway, because, yeah. Alright, this coke oven, you have to make a 3x3x3 area of it, and the middle of it has to be hollow. And the blocks are either made like this or this. It doesn't really matter, because it consumes the exact same amount of resources. So, the middle of this is hollow, and I just put those blocks all around it, and it gives me this thing, which, the recipes in this pretty much are only coal into coal coke, all the woods into charcoal, and then it outputs some cryosate oil, which is actually pretty useful for a semi-fluid generator, which I'll get into a lot later. Actually, how do you make one of those? I might not actually get it semi... yeah, I'm gonna... No, that would actually be pretty reasonable to get by right now, but I'm not gonna do that. Anyway, these solar panels, obviously, they get energy from the sun. They generate 1 EU per tick, so it fills up this bat box with energy. And this electric furnace is basically just a furnace that is powered by a bat box. I believe it goes the same amount of... I think that it requires the same amount of time as a normal furnace. I think it still takes 10 seconds. It might take a little bit less time, but I think it takes generally the same. And I also made this thing, which is called an overclocker. What an overclocker does is you need some electronic circuits, some copper cables, and then you need a 10K coolant cell, which is basically just a water bucket in the middle of 14, and don't worry, because I gave you the water bucket back. So, it basically just enhances how fast these go. It noticeably enhances it, but it doesn't really make it go that much faster. I think it's like maybe like 10% faster at the most. I just came up with that number, but I think that's kind of accurate. And, oh, by the way, these solar panels that I made, if I didn't show this recipe already, you need a generator, 2 electronic circuits, 3 glass, and 3 coal dust, which can simply just be made by putting coal in a macerator. Just like there was a recipe in the macerator originally, but I don't know where it went. But that's what I did to get it. I just put it in the macerator, and it went, oh, fine. So, yeah, I also did get a lot more rubber. You might notice that my level's a bit higher, too, because of that electric furnace. I also got some nickel dust, some diamonds, and this whole entire quarry finished. So, yeah, that's all pretty good. I do have 4 chests of stuff now, so it's pretty good. I also have this useless freaking Nicolite that I'm never going to use for anything, so I don't really care about that part. I don't really like Nicolite. I mean, only for something later that's a mass fabricator, which also obviously fabricates mass, like this thing right here, which can be made like this because I enabled the recipe because I'm not on Greg Tech hard mode. So anyway, now that I've shown all of this, I can actually tell what I'm planning to do in the future. What I'm planning to do in the future, obviously, as I said before, I'm making this giant platform, have a power source in the middle, power some quarries, a lot of different things with it. But what I'm also planning to do is make a giant system over here that I can actually attach to a quarry that'll automatically macerate and electric furnacize all of my ores, so that I don't actually have to worry about smelting them after the fact. Which, yeah, these solar panels are pretty convenient. If I was able to make these advanced solar panels or any of these other ones, I would, but I'm definitely not even close to being able to make any of these because I would need a UU assembler or a UUM assembler or a mass fabricator, which a mass fabricator is easier and probably more worth it anyway, even though it's supposed to be cheaty, but whatever, I guess it kind of is, but who cares. I'm gonna turn all this coal in here into something called coal coke, which that's what I'm about to turn into, obviously. It's this stuff right here, which I will put inside of here. Alright, there we go. Which a coke oven actually powers itself, which is kind of convenient. I don't really know how that works, but it does anyway. And this will fill up with cryostate oil, this fill up with coal coke. The way that coal coke works is basically it's normal coal, but it's multiplied, its strength is multiplied by 4, which basically means it smells 32 items, which is really, 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 really worth it. But something else I'm gonna do is I'm going to make 2 trips, and I'm going to go get some lava. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I'm doing, and I do have lava down here, so this is pretty convenient. And the reason why I'm doing this is because even though I don't have a diamond pick, I do have a quarry, and a quarry can mine obsidian, which is kinda cheap, but I like the feature anyway because it just seems like a quarry would be able to mine that, considering that I used 11 diamonds for it, so just seems like it should kinda sorta be able to do more than a diamond pick would. So I'm just gonna go get over here and get some lava that I can easily disperse into the water, and it will mine it. I could just set up quarry right here, but I don't really feel like bringing it all the way down here. That just doesn't really seem worth it. Alright, there we go. Which I am gonna have 2 access, however you pronounce that specific word. Yeah, that's my sneeze. Anyway, I'm gonna have 2 excess obsidian, which I'm going to use for an obsidian pipe so that I can probably make an automatic cactus farm so I don't ever have to worry about waterproof piping again. So that I can, you know, maybe actually attach a pump to the oil, take the oil from far away so that I don't have to go back and use buckets for it and everything. So, yeah. That's what I'm going to use all this obsidian for, which it is pretty convenient that I have a giant lava pool down there, so... I mean, it's not giant, it's just normal size lava pool, but yeah, it's really convenient. Especially for some of the later things, which I actually will need lava for. How? I hate freaking skeletons. Why does there always seem to be a skeleton around here? I have no idea. Like, I always come back up and there's some singular skeleton standing right there. I also have no idea why there are always so many slimes in that one spot down there. I think it's like a gigantic slime chunk at the direct right position. But I don't really know for sure. I mean, that has to be what it is, obviously, but still, I don't really know why it's there, of all places. Anyway, I'm just gonna kind of set up all this stuff. There we go. Gotta do is put 2 more. And, yeah, alright. Now all I need is 2 more lava buckets. Or no. I'm just gonna bring another round of 6 lava buckets down here. Because there's not, yeah, as I've said like 2 seconds ago, I am just gonna use the excess obsidian for an obsidian pipe. Because what obsidian pipes do is they pick up stuff, and that's their whole deal. That's the reason why you want them, because I realize it doesn't really make very much sense that a strong, bulky material would be able to pick up stuff, but, you know, maybe obsidian is sticky. Maybe it is. Maybe it's special like that. I don't really think it is, but obsidian is, I don't know why obsidian is, like, harder than a diamond block in Minecraft. Like, in my opinion, I don't really think you should be able to mine a diamond block with anything. I think it should just be indestructible other than by explosions, because, like, seriously? What in the... Ooh. Well, there's just slime chunks all over the place down here. But, anyway, I really do think that you shouldn't be able to mine a diamond block so easily, because considering that you can't even mine a block of obsidian, like, without a diamond pick, and you can mine it in 9 seconds as opposed to, like, the 1 or 2 a diamond block takes, like, that just doesn't make any sense whatsoever to me. I don't understand who came up with that. I mean, it is Notch, obviously, but I don't understand why Notch just said, oh, hey, you know what? I'm gonna have this really weirdo thing that nobody even knows why. And, I just kind of lost my train of thought because I forgot what I was talking about. So I'm not going to talk about that anymore because I forgot what I was talking about. So I'm just going to go back up here. This should be my last round of lava that I need. The reason why I'm making a nether portal is so that I can make a blast furnace. And the reason why I'm making a blast furnace is so I can make some steel stuff so that I can make some of the higher tier tools in these mods, which are obviously the ones I was talking about that could be powered by EU and they don't generally run out. I don't know if there's a way that you can break them. I don't think you can break them. But I haven't exactly tried to break them yet. Alright. Derp, derp, derp. And then derp, derp, derp. There we go. So now all I should have to do is run this one more time, and it should pick up the obsidian, right? No. What's your problem? You're supposed to be... Apparently, once it accomplishes its goal, it's done. So, that's not very handy, but... blah, 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 blah. Alright, I'm just gonna take this out and put it back down, and hopefully it just works. Alright. There. There we go. That's... Yeah, that shouldn't work. That shouldn't work. I just said that shouldn't work. Don't do it. Oh my gosh. Well, I suppose this is enough obsidian to get another portal anyway, so I'm just not gonna worry about that last two. Those last two. That last two. Yeah. Alright. The only really annoying thing about combustion engines is that sometimes they refuse to turn on after they cool down when you have to wait a million years for them to do it for some reason. I don't really know why, but they tend to do that. I think it's a bug. It could not be a bug, but for some reason you also can't run them when they're cooling down. They just shut down completely. I'm pretty sure that's not a bug. I think that's intended, but I don't really like it. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, there we go. Now I can turn these combustion engines back off, because it is dumb. There we go. Yeah, I didn't even say that those combustion engines were dumb with... Wait a minute. That mined 10 obsidian. Where did the other ones go? You've got to be kidding me. It mined... Oh, of course it would do that. Of course it would do that. I suppose while I'm at it, I should probably try and mine the other ones too. Alright. Just gotta break this again. Just gotta get it attached to the power source again. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Now, this is just fine and dandy. Put that down. Not in that direction. In this direction. There. That should work. Alright. Now all I need to do is attach one chest to this. One chest. Yep, one chest. Alright. I don't actually think I have any chests. Gonna have to make one for no reason. Did I lose that stone pipe? I think I did. I'll just use a gold pipe. I don't care. Alright. Oh wait, no, I put it on top of it already. Okay. Now all I have to do is send it the power source and I can get the last 3 obsidian. Easy as ergs. And those are pretty easy, I'm telling you. Alright. It's just gotta build this little thing for some reason, and then it's... Yeah, I don't really know why it has to build this thing. Like, couldn't it just, like, build the top one instead of the... It's obviously not connected to the bottom one. Like, I don't really know why it has to... Well, I suppose in video game logic, it has to have a bottom one floating in the air to support the top one, and it just can't have the top one floating in the air. That would just be too simple. Alright, this is almost finished now. I actually think I can probably go over there and switch it off right now. Yeah, it got the obsidian. Alright, I'm gonna switch it off. Switch. Alright. I do not need you to mine any lower than that. Do not need you to mine any lower than that. There we go. There's some obsidian. I can make some obsidian pipes. I can make another portal. I'm gonna make the nether portal. I'm gonna make the nether portal right here. Let's just put it in the wall and be fancy. Yeah, let's put it right here so that when I actually have walls for this, this looks cool. There's that. There's that. There's that. There's that. There's that. Now all I have to do is put this obsidian down. Derp, 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 derp. I really hope I don't mess up while I'm doing this. Derp, 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 derp. Alright, now all I need is some flint and steel, which should be really easy because I already have flint and iron in my inventory. Yep, I do. Alright, flint and steel. There, that's perfect. I don't really know why that fire is still there, but whatever. Just block out day, it'll go away. Alright. I'm also gonna cover up the back of this so that I don't fall out of it when I'm trying to get into it. I'm also gonna break this because that looks kind of dumb. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. Now this nether portal's looking pretty derp. Alright. Let's see what my spawn was once I can actually get in here. Alright. Let's go in. I probably should have freaking backed up my world before this, but I don't care. Achievement kit. We need to go deeper. Alright, so downloading terrain. Downloading terrain. There we go. Let's see what my spawn is. I'm going to set a waypoint right here. Waypoints. Wait a minute. Wow, okay, my oil, this apparently stayed. Points, waypoint, portal. Oh wow, it actually chose the right color for me. That's really weird. It's psychic. Alright, I am going to go ahead and save my inventory so that if I die in some horrible accident, I can still revive myself. Alright, let me go in here. I hate those freaking bat things. I don't know what mod those are from, but I hate them. Alright, I'm gonna try and find a nether fortress because you need one for this next thing I'm going to do. This next thing I'm going to do, by the way, is, I need to do something that will require me to get nether bricks. And obviously I cannot get nether bricks without, any sort of, you know, nether fortress. It's just kind of obvious. Which, the reason why I'm not actually mining any of the ores is I think if you mine any of the ores, for some reason it aggroes the zombie pigmen on you. I don't really know why. By the way, that's not gold. That's something completely different. I don't really know why it's there if it's not gold, but it isn't. Which actually, because I have access to glowstone now, I think I can make a jetpack, which should be pretty cool. I think that you need an MFE to charge up a backpack, though, don't you? I think you might need one. No, what? Did I just say it? Did I just say you need an MFE to charge up a backpack? Well, I meant that you need an MFE to charge up a jetpack. Which, yeah, now that I'm stumbling over my words, once I find another fortress and get some nether brick and then go back, assuming that I ever freaking do, I'm probably gonna end this recording, so let's just hope that I can get this freaking final thing done. I hate those freaking bats. Oh my gosh. These bats are freaking dumb. I don't understand why they even... Oh my gosh.